people who killed rapper Julio Foolio in a weekend shooting in Tampa.
3 others were injured in that shooting. We are told they are all in stable condition. 8 on your side's Chloe Sparks is live where this happened along Fowler Avenue, not too far from USF. What's the latest this morning, Chloe?
A suspect has still not been identified, but a Jacksonville crime analyst believes that the shooter at large could be from a rival group in Jacksonville, where Julio Foolio is from. While fans and loved ones mourn the loss of Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio, Tampa police are working to bring his murderer to justice.
There are cameras here and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, who might have seen anything or heard anything.
What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the guy, Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, man, we're going to be talking about Julio Foolio being unalived, man, in Tampa, Florida. Let's talk about it. So, Julio Foolio, the Jacksonville, Florida rapper, best known being on the drill scene, has a lot of really, like big viral songs on drill rap, you know what I'm saying, that When I See You, things like that. He was unalived, man, on his birthday in Tampa, Florida. So he pretty much was on Instagram live the whole day for his birthday. I believe he was having a pool party, and it was in Tampa. He had an Airbnb, had some people come into the Airbnb. Seemed like he was just vibing out, having a good time, enjoying his birthday. Had some people come over there. The police pretty much shut it down, and they made them leave the Airbnb, where then he went to a Holiday Inn. I believe he had a show that night. So he went to the show, kept saying he was about 20 deep. You could see it was a lot of people with him, probably about 20-30 people with him. And I believe when he was coming back from the show, he was ambushed in the parking lot. 4 people were hit. Julio Foolio was the one that passed away. And it's just another one of those sad situations in the rap game where this type of stuff happens. Now, it's a lot of different things that we can touch on in this topic, right? A lot of different things. We're going to start with the culture, that part of the culture. Do we know that violence exists? Yes. Do we know that violence exists in all aspects of life, not just in urban black culture? Yes, it's violence everywhere. Any continent, any country, any ethnic background, there is violence. Anywhere where there are poor people, anywhere where there are people that are less fortunate, where resources are scarce, there's gonna be violence. That's just how it is, right? So let's stop acting like this is just something that is only with black urban culture, because it's not. It's a part of every culture. It's a part of every background. It's a part of every ethnicity. Okay, that stuff is there. Now we gonna speak to the urban black culture, right? Guys, y'all are being influenced. You've already been influenced. Like, black people didn't invent crime. Urban black, remember, a good portion of us, some of us were already here, right? Some African people were already here, or people of African descent or origin were already here in the Americas, and some were brought over from slavery, right? So it's not like we invented crime. It's not like we were the people that invented crime. We saw these things and we emulated these things, as they came, as those opportunities came, right? Black people are being brainwashed, especially my young black men. You know what I mean? The 25 and younger, they get brainwashed into feeling like this is the route that they need to go, because they get quote unquote clout from it, man. Shout out to Larry June. I forgot what song that was, where Larry June was like, I'm back feeling motivated. Fuck fame, little nigga. Let's play a money game. Fuck his clout, nigga. Like, what are y'all chasing? Why would you want to be known for being a killer or a robber or a drug dealer? Like, what about that makes you feel like that's a good thing? Like we have to get that part away from the culture, right? And I know the aspect is always gonna be there. It's gonna be there, but we gotta minimize it as much as possible. We have to minimize it as much as possible, right? Because it's not something to celebrate. It's not something. And I'm not speaking from somebody that's just saying some stuff. I've been there, guys. I've been lost before. Trust me, I done made mistakes before. I done been in them streets before. Like I know how it is. I know when you influence and you feel like this is what the way that you're supposed to go. I know what that is. You know what I mean? But once you kind of, if you lucky enough to get through it, you realize how just crazy and just how does this even happen? How did we even get like this? Right? It's a plan. It's a plan in place to keep us lost. It's a plan in place to keep us just in that space where we think that this stuff is cool. If anything, y'all learn anything from that Drake and Kendrick battle, we control the culture. We can, foundational black American people, control the culture. It's up to us. You saw how they tried to use every influencer that they could, that they had on payroll, to try to paint a narrative, but the culture would not allow it. The culture would not allow it. And it ain't just black people, it's brown. You know, the shout out to all the, you know, the Hispanics and, you know, Asian, everybody that's a part of the culture. It ain't just us. But what I'm saying is we control the culture, right? What we deem is cool is what's cool. What we deem is cool is what's cool. Okay? So if we made being you know, rocket scientists cool, that's what would be cool. If we made being engineers cool, that's what would be cool. You know what I mean? If we made, oh man, it's cool to be a lawyer, it's cool to be a doctor, it would be cool. Or it's cool to be a businessman, it would be cool. Look what Nipsey was doing. You see what I'm saying? It would be cool. If it was cool to bring peace, look what Kendrick is doing. It would be cool. We control the narrative. We control the culture. We cannot continue to let outside influences control the culture. Right? That was just on my heart. I had to get that out because I'm sick of seeing this stuff. Okay? Number 2. Julio, man, he was out in them streets. You putting that type of energy out there into the universe. That's the life path he chose. He chose the life path of being disrespectful to the dead. Allegedly putting money out on people and hits and all of that stuff. And I mean, if you feel like you can just move any type of way, knowing the type of dirt that you done did out there in these streets and was just continuing to do, then that would be on him. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the path he chose. Now I'm praying for his family and the healing of his family, because I'm sure they hurt. I'm sure that bothered them. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's hurting them. But kids, this is the path that you choose when you go that path. It's either jail, death, or you gonna be washed up and just be, you know, it's not gonna be the life that you think it is if you live to see 40. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be sleeping on somebody's couch with nothing to show for, or out on the streets with nothing to show for, with no life and just being a bum? Like, that's them really the only choice that you got when you make that, when that's the life that you choose. Real talk. So it's the choice is yours. You know what I'm saying? Transition to peace, Julio Foolio. But it's bigger than that, man. It's bigger than that. It's really just more so about, I can see the shift. It's a shift happening where God is weeding out the corny. He weeding out the vultures. He weeding out the unauthentic. He weeding it all out. You can see anybody that's really in tune. You can see it. He weeding it out. He weeding it out, man. And it's really time to shift and go a different direction. I believe that's gonna happen soon, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep pushing it and promoting that narrative. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's the guy Hoods being their big favor, big abundance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. This the guy Hoods being their big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.